Alright, let's play some poker. It's day number 19 of our Bankroll challenge. We're trying to run up $25. So far we hit 100 last session. That was yesterday. I was able to get my test done today. I'm home early. I passed it. Now I can get additional licensing and make some more cheese in my real life job as well. So everything's good right now. So yeah. Just going to play until I'm tired of it right now. We're starting a little bit late, but everybody was aware of that that's been following the stream. But I actually feel like playing right now. I feel like I'm still wired from my test, so maybe I'm pretty sharp right now. I'm not sure. We'll see. I just pulled up these 4 tables. I'm going to check out all the table 9. I'm tempted to shove this just because I did that just the last hand, but I'm going to ISO it instead. I think it's stronger play with. I don't think he's going to fold to a 4x raise anyway, so might as well try and get him in hook, line, and sinker here. I'm going to bet about a 10% of my stack here, setting up a turn commitment bet and then a river shove. Unfortunately, we don't get action. That's okay. Can't win them all. I'm going to pump it up blind versus blind with the Jack 8. And that's a good result. We don't mind just taking down the dead money. This table looks really good. Lots of limping going on. And so we're going to do that as well with the King 5. No reads yet on the bottom right, really. Except for a 40-0 short stack. It's a good possibility there. We got a new player coming in here who buys in for full. Got an 80-60 on the bottom left. What is this, like 4 hands? 5 hands? Got a 67-17 on the top left. That's promising. So the one table we might leave is the bottom right. We have a 50-17 over 6 hands, but he's to our left. Much prefer to have players to our right. Fishy players. And I think there's a lot of games right now, so I don't mind leaving this one to look for a better one. And there we go. This one has it's a brand new table with 100% VPIP so far. So we'll try and snatch a seat on that real quick. Get it, get it, get it. Okay, so this is a really good looking table, just preliminary reads. We have a $3 player here, we have a $2.90 player here, we have a broke player here, and we have a $4.24 player here. So we turn 2 pair. I think he's going to have a lot of draws and a lot of kings in his range, so I think we have to keep betting. I'm going to bet pretty big because there's so many hands that can continue in his range here. We get a safe river. It's just a matter of whether we think he has more draws or more made hands in his range. I'm gonna ship on the bottom left here versus a wide opening range, probably. I have a queen and a 9, so I think he might bet a king if I check. So I'm gonna bet and let him bluff maybe some of his misdraws. Unfortunately, he does not. I'm gonna be really pissed off if he has a king here. I missed some value, but I don't mind the check. Maybe my hand was a little too strong to check. I don't know. I'm going to see what he had. We turned 2 pair on the bottom right too, so I'm just going to pot it. I hope he has something. It's interesting. So we have a 3-bet from a fishy looking player. Get counterfeited. I think we can just check fold here. He did have a king on the top left. Ouch. Yuck. I'm just going to fold the ace king in this spot. This looks strong when a 63-13 does that. I think we can safely get away. We did not get away in the same spot a few days ago. The guy ended up having aces. We're just going to... there are some busted draws in his range here. And I think I could sometimes call there, but I think he could also be value betting with like pocket 9s or an 8 as well. So I don't want to get like merge owned there. And we did have a very small amount, and there's going to be a ton of rivers in that spot where we're going to be able to get value and continue. So when we get one of the worst rivers for our hand, I think it's okay to sometimes give up. Certainly betting the king high board here. Looks like it would be draw heavy, but it's really not that draw heavy. We get called. I think we can get him off like a 7x hand. And I think he can have some draws we're actually ahead of here. We have a vacuum spot right here, and I think I will shove over this ISO. Looks a little strong because the ISO is a little small. But I think with all the dead money in here, I think with 26 big blinds, this is going to show a profit. I think I'm going to go ahead and just rip it. That is a very good spot. When a guy folds 2 overs, he doesn't know what we had, but he was a flipping, so anytime a guy folds a flip, of course we know he can't call with queen jack. That's one of the things that are powerful about shoving a hand like that. We can get hands that have a lot of equity to fold. And we can get hands that are just crushed to call too, like pocket 5s, pocket 4s. It's kind of funny, he probably folds queen jack there, but he probably calls with pocket 5s. Well, I have stacks a little bit short to ISO or raise now, so I think we'll just check back. Play a little more under the cuff. I can sometimes call with this 10-9 suited. Yeah, 3-way. I think a pretty good price. I think I would rather have like a pair here to do this. We can get a lot of trouble with a lot of hands. Ouch. Ouch. So we would have flopped the nuts here, so. Hey, it could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, he could have ace king of hearts here, right? So, and we're behind or whatever. Ace 10 of hearts. Oh wait, we have the 10 of hearts, never mind. Ace deuce of hearts. The double ouch. I'm guessing we might not get all the money in there anyway. I'm gonna see what player 2 had. I'm not gonna be results oriented. I think 10-9 suited is real marginal there for a call. I think if he had bet even a half big blind or a small blind less, but he did 3.5 exit there. This player did have ace king, so we probably do get it in on that flop with way ahead against this player. Because I think 2 overs and a gut shot he's going to get all in with a lot of the time. Probably need to tighten up a little bit here. Hold the king 7 offsuit. This guy seems to be wanting to see a lot of flops, and just king 7 offsuit flops pretty poorly. We can work with ace queen suited though. We have this player behind us who's going to be calling a lot in position, so I think what I want to do is just go ahead and commit pre-flop. So no matter what comes on this flop, I am going to shove all in. So I'm just going to bet a third of my stack pre-flop. And I think it's going to show a profit to do that. And we certainly don't mind getting it all in pre-flop here. There's definitely worse hands that against a dollar behind will get their money in. It's a really draw-heavy board. I actually like to check back here because there's some hands that are worse than ours that can check raise here. I think I like to check back and then sometimes raise turns depending on what comes. Interesting turn card. He leads into us. They're pretty big too. We really don't have any room to improve here. That's one of the worst cards that we could have seen, a 10 or a 9. I think we can raise just about any other card. A spade we could certainly play with here. I mean, raising here would be a pure bluff now. Yeah, I can't call there because I can't call another bet. I just don't have any room to work. And he's got a ton of two pairs he's not going anywhere with anyway. We're just going to fold the king jack with a nit raising on the button. This table looks pretty horrible actually, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. This table might be okay. This one I think is going to perpetually be okay. I think we got a lot of the same players on it that were limping. Plus, a lot of players have come and gone, which I'm not sure. Stats don't really look that great, but we'll see. So this one's not shaping up to be that great down here, so I'm going to preliminarily plan on leaving. I'm going to rep any river if he checks again. Min bets like he's just trying to... I think any 9 or 8 continues if we raise, so... If we call here, we're pretty much just hoping a 10 or higher comes so we can bluff at the river. I just think we're going to fold. We had no money except our big blind invested there. Not really worth fighting for in that spot. If he just checks there, we can check back and rep any river. Pretty credibly, I think. I mean, it's unlikely we check back an ace on that flop, but it's possible. People don't really take it to that next level, you know. A lot of the time they just see trips and they think, well, he's got a trips, so. Not going to do anything with the bottom pair in a four-way pot. It's a little exploitable to let him just min bet there, but we do have 2 players behind us. And this connects with ranges like crazy, so I would be amazed if at least one of those 4 players didn't have something on that board they're going to continue with. Once again, going to go ahead and commit pre-flop and shove any flop. Just think it's the best play with a strong of a hand. We get some awkward spots by min raising. And yeah, nothing really else to say there, and we're happily going to get it in here with king queen. We get a flip spot, that's fine. Let's see if we can get there. No. We'll reload. Not going to ISO the weak ace. I'm not a big fan of that with loose players behind me. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna probably... Wait, this guy's 50-0 over 8 hands. I think we will stay here, actually. We'll go ahead and leave this table. Yeah, we got a 67-11. This is kind of borderline here, out of position against this potential station. I think it's just within an okay range to raise there. So he looks pretty aggressive so far. There's plenty of draws here. There's 10x hands that might call a shove if I check shove here. I certainly cannot give up on this board. There's way too many hands like 10x, jack nines, king jacks, those type of things that'll continue. So, I mean, if somebody just has a better queen or 2 pair or something better than my hand, it's just a cooler, and we'll just move on. I'm just going to ship. And once he... I think with that much money in the pot, we'll just put in our top pair. I don't really see much different other way to play that. Hopefully we just get called by like king jack or something here, ace 10, or I don't know, something like that. Yeah, this one I'm gonna leave. Let's see what we got here. Here's a high VPIP table. Short stacks, that's good. A ton of money right there. This might be a good table. Oh, cold 3-bet calling. Yeah, this could be the table of the day right here. We'll see. It's tough to get folds on this kind of flop, but I think it's still profitable to bet. We could certainly have the best hand here. And a card like that we can continue on. If he has an 8 or a 7, he'll continue. But I think he can call with a lot of hands we're still beating, like Jack 10 or something like that. Even, I don't know, what else? 6-9, maybe that raises the flop, but we could get him off like Ace 7 or King 7 or something crazy like that. But he raises us, so we're gonna fold. We get donk bet into on this board. I think we can. I don't think we can fold, and I really don't think we can call. I think we're ahead here too much, and I kind of want to just freeze him with his draw and see if he's willing to. I mean, I guess he could have a queen. It's possible he's just protecting a queen here, but we're probably going to see a ship here if he does. Don't know that he necessarily always shoves a diamond draw. I feel good. Thank you for the follow, Nikima. Nikamek? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. So we get a pretty bad turn card. I mean, he could certainly have a hand like 9s here as well. But I think that's like the worst turn card in the deck for us, because he could definitely have like 5x that he's doing this with. He could certainly have diamonds. It's kind of an awkward stack size situation now. But yeah, queens are now beating us. I think if we're betting here, we're getting owned. I'm just gonna bet and get it in with 2 overs and flush draw here. I'm just gonna check it back, and maybe we can check it down and he has 9s now. That card will certainly freeze him, maybe, if he has a diamond draw. I mean, a flush. It'd be awful thin for him to bet a queen now. I think if he bets, he's either bluffing or he's got a boat. I could certainly see somebody having pocket 5s or deuces here, honestly, a lot of the time. So this looks like maybe just a block bet with something like pocket 9s, 8s, 7s, a queen. For this price, we're certainly calling. I'm just thinking whether we can get him off a queen here if we raise. Is it worth raising? I think we're just getting snapped by diamonds and a queen a lot too much versus this player. So yeah, he's gonna have a queen. I don't have confidence at 10 and L that somebody's gonna fold that hand. If this were 200 and L, I would definitely consider shipping there just to get him off all his queens, which I think is a good part of his range. And if you happen to have 9s or 80s folding anyways, and we're winning anyway, so it doesn't matter whether I shove or not. It just matters what column the earnings go into. Does it go in non-showdown or showdown? So I think that was a really great spot. I mean, there's even a chance that he folds a flush there. But at these stakes, I just don't have any confidence somebody's going to do anything like that. So we get another bad flop for our kings, but that's okay. He doesn't necessarily have to have it. Hand's looking better now. I think we're just mandatory just call down right now. If he has an ace, we're just screwed, right? And luckily he doesn't value bet the river. So I think if we ship there, he's going to call with the ace 10 the vast majority of the time. We saved ourselves $1. It may look like, oh, we slow played and we made a mistake, right? So, but no, we saved ourselves $1 by doing that. And I think if he hits a 10, we're just going to get the money anyway, or he's going to just bluff off his stack if it's like a queen high board, right? So against an aggressive player like this, I think it's okay to quote unquote slow play or whatever. I think this is the ideal player to do it against. If he was tight, we certainly would just ship pre-flop. I think you can make an argument for a small 3-bet there as well. It's the first time this guy's raised in 6 hands. Might just have to fold this. I think there's better tables than this one, so I'm going to probably leave this one. Unless this guy like limps his first 2 hands or something. I think we're just committed. We have a pot size bet left. Just a matter of whether, I think if we Gonna check, potentially check call. I think if we bet our whole stack here, we're getting called by almost everything. I think 20 cents and then 44-cent shove might get him off a king or something. Or maybe something. I don't know what. We're definitely check calling with the ace-10. We probably have the best hand almost always here. Certainly not going to let this guy just bluff us off probably the best hand. I guess if he has some kind of pair, he might continue here. I'm just going to call because I just think we have the best hand here so much. If he has like pocket 3s, 2s, he's probably checking back the river. I guess he could have like pocket 8s or something. Play it this way. I really just think this is like king or ace high a lot. We could be getting owned by... I mean, obviously if he has a straight, he's not going to like his hand. It's hard for him to have quads. I mean, I could certainly have like just a 4. So I think if we're beat here, it's like 8s. But I think this guy 3-bets a lot of 9s plus type hands. So really, I guess he could have ace-jack. I'm going to feel really stupid. I just think he's just full of shit here a lot. I mean, I'm getting such a good price. I'm just going to pay him off. Wow. He had us. He got us on the river. I was right. I was right. Yeah, he was definitely polarized, I thought, in that spot. I thought he might even check back all his deuces 3s, even a 4. A lot of his ace high. So I thought he either had a boat or nothing. So I think my call was reasonable there. It just sucks that he hit that card. Really just sucks. Don't particularly want this type of player directly to my left, stationy. I don't really have any super soft spots right here, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and get off the table, like I was going to do anyway. Bye-bye, table. Couple good-looking tables right now to sit at. Hurry up. Probably gonna leave this table as well. Thought this was a promising table, but turns out it was not any good. Hell, I might leave it now. There's a couple decent looking tables up. I'm gonna have the best hand here fairly often. You could have some kind of ace high, but guess we can just check back and see. Yeah, we have the best hand. I was thinking about calling a bet there in the river because I didn't think he would have anything. Everything he would have would bets at some point, you'd think. Just gonna bet this dryish board here. I'm just gonna one and done. I think it's gonna work often enough. When a king 9-6 after a guy limps it, he doesn't bet. I mean, I think he's just pretty much check folding most of the time. Yeah, and this table looks pretty piss poor now, so I guess I'm gonna leave this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold that one. Yes, we're leaving this one and this one. And blah. See, the games are just kind of blah mostly at 10 and L. They're not bad. I mean, they're profitable. They're just not the softness I would like. Where's the maniacs at? Where's just the huge call everything fish types, you know? Those players are just so hard to find. I miss them. We'll keep plugging away. Get the pain end on this table. Have we been on this one? Similar name to another one we were on. I don't think it's the same. Heidel. Yeah, this is Haydn, and the other one was like Heidel. Did they make them close together? Make it even tougher on my bad memory? Alright, so that one actually may have been okay. Probably should have waited it out. There's lots of games going right now. I'm gonna look for the primo games. Flop a gut shot with no showdown value, so this is a bet. And a win. I think these players might be pretty weak, so a little loose, but I think 10-8 suited. 10-9 suited is certainly good, so 10-8 suited should be okay in the hijack. In this dynamic, if my read is correct that these players might be weak. Not sure on that yet. No showdown value. I have 10 high, but I do have the diamond draw. I'm gonna go ahead and bet. I think this is a good spot to check back. It's kind of a dry board. I think he's possibly going to have a hand like a 4x, not likely, or pocket 6s, 7s, 8. We have a ton of equity against those hands. I think there's a lot of rivers we can bet in bluff anyway. I think we can profitably call this river. I think he raises a king. He is pretty, well, how many hands is this? 5? We're just going to pay him off. Yeah, it's pretty shitty. I'm going to check shove this one. I expect him to raise that flop a lot with that hand. It's just unfortunate that he didn't. And we hit a bad river. But we didn't lose our whole stack. And we had there's a ton of outcomes that are good for us there besides that one. It's a profitable spot. I think that's an okay call on the river. I don't think we can fold to one more bet with once we hit the 10. I just think there's too many small pairs or something might turn their hand into a bluff. There's some missed diamond draws out there as well. There's complete air. There's, I don't know, ace highs, really. It's a little bit stationy, I guess, for me to call there. I don't know. Flop 2 overs and a gut shot. Our outs are dirty. It's also hard to have much fold equity on this flop. I really think this is just a check back. I guess we can call one street. We can continue on any king, queen, 10. There's a lot of boards that'll slow him down as well. I mean, a lot of turn cards. That could be one of them. It slows him down. I think we can bet the kind of short. Just give up. I think he just has, sometimes he has like an ace high flush draw, some kind of pair. A 9. I think we can check back. He could also be slow playing a jack. That's possible. I think we look really strong here, so I think he's going to be less likely to bluff. So many bets, I think we can just fold. It's probably just like jack 8 there when he does that. It could be queen 10 of spades or something too. So when people bet your whole stack, they're bluffing. Not always, but usually. I mean, not bluffing. Another weird flush draw. Guess we'll bet small. Really weird spot. It's worse flush, better flush draws that'll get in against us. I mean, we don't just want to get it in against the king here. I mean, his overall range for doing this in a four-way pot is just crushing our 10-9 suited. I think we actually have to fold here. It sucks, but I think we just have to fold. I mean, if we find out this guy's just some kind of maniac, it might change the way we play. We could check shove that instead. But I think against his overall range there, which includes some better flush draws, some kings, we're not doing too well. And this table might be okay, except for this player, but this guy's 80-20 so far. We'll stay on this table for now. Just running kind of bad situationally right now. Running into the top of weird spots in people's ranges. This guy's 100-0 over 5 hands. It kind of sucks he's playing every hand, but I don't think he's raising pre-flop, so it's not like we can limp shove. I do want to play heads up. I don't mind 3-way pots with this hand. 4-way. 5-way? 5-way. So I think we just have to check fold now. Sucks. It's like betting every time you check to him. Well, maybe not this time. But we don't have a great hand for this spot if we had like 30 big blinds. But I think with 8 big blinds or 9 big blinds, we have to just put it in with the 8s. 9s would be like the minimum there with 30 big blinds. 8s is like slam dunk. This guy's gonna be pretty tight though, so I expect to be flipping or slightly behind sometimes. Ouch. Not slightly behind. Way behind! Now he's way ahead. Yeah, we're just kind of stuck there. Another bad situation. There's nothing we can do about. This guy now bets the turn. I really just don't give him any credit here. I mean, what's he going to have there? And he's definitely not going to bet like 7s now on the river. I just don't believe him. I turned a 4 and turned it into a bluff. Yeah, maybe that's just bad on my part. But I just thought we were ahead there so much. Just nothing, a 6 just didn't make sense there, but I guess he's the type of player that he's not doing anything for any reason, you know what I mean? He's just betting because he sees a 4 and he's betting. He's just a complete whale. I wish I could get this type of player on my right. That's just not happening lately. They're always on my left. So hard to play when they're on your left. And I'm basically just shoving with my huge amount of equity here. I don't really care if it's a limp pot or not. If I could get him to fold a hand like 7s here, that would be awesome. Or we get him to call with 6-7. And I don't get there. I had 8. But 9 plus 7. What was that? 16. 19 outs. Twice. Ouch. I think I had like 58% equity there. I'm not sure. Well, I guess he did have the 7, which was a slight blocker to one of our outs. I'm just going to check shove because I probably have the best hand here. I think he's betting a lot. Fortunately, he doesn't bet this time. I mean, he does have some ace highs that are just beating us anyway now, and this board connects with like so many hands. I think I actually have to check fold this one. Sucks. Maybe I should open shove that type of hand against him since he's playing 100% of hands and he's a station. It's really hard to play against these players, you know? I mean, I hate to leave the table because there is ways to extract from him. It's just very challenging. This is one of the hardest players to have to your left. Takes a lot of patience, and you have to hit some hands too. I mean, it really helps if you connect with a board because you're going to get paid every time. And I guess trying to bluff catch against him probably is not a great idea, and I've done that a couple times. So it's my own damn fault, right? But when people do things that just don't make absolutely no sense at all, it's hard not to bluff catch. Like I'm getting owned in this today in these games. It's like I can't win anything. That's the way it'll go though, sometimes. All we need to do is run like we did in the last 10 minutes yesterday. Maybe the strategy here should be keep pots very small, even limp sometimes, just to play pots with him. And then just try to hit hands and get max value from them. I don't know. I always struggle against those players. I'm going to stay on this table just because I'm short and I can do a lot of limp shoving with the right ranges. This one up here, however, looks pretty terrible. Yeah, I've been on this table for 41 hands and the dynamic is just not good, so go ahead and take off from that one. Actually, I think we can profitably shove this. I mean, basically almost doubling up if we get everybody to fold. And we have a pretty good hand if we get called. We're way ahead of this guy's range, so we don't mind a 3 or 4 way, honestly. And we'll take that flop. Now if we can just get this guy to bet. That works. Hopefully he doesn't have a set. I'll take it. We win. So a 50 NL donk just said it's probably impossible to beat the rake with 6 big blinds at 10 NL. Maybe he's talking about I'm short stacked on one of these tables. Well, I didn't start out with 6 big blinds. I started with 30. So I'm not really playing 6 big blind stack. I wish I could. I think 10 big blinds starting stack would be pretty sweet. I think it'd be really beatable. But yeah, I mean 10 and L is beatable. Obviously, it's just you got to crush pretty good, especially with the rake changes. Yeah, we're just shipping any flop in this spot. That's good enough. 2 overs, backdoor flush draw. It's bad luck if he connected in some way. Wow. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I guess we could open ship there, same result though, right? Except we would look better on our EV graph is all. So we have a this is where the seat that I would like to be in right now. And this seat here, or actually this seat. And I just keep seeming to find I can't find the right seats lately. But I still think it's good to stay on these tables. I mean, this guy's 100-0. This is the ultimate player you want to play against. He's up $12 while we're down slightly. We quadrupled up, I guess. This is what we're looking for. This guy right here. I just can't chance leaving this table and trying to come back later because all the seats might be filled. So I just got to tough it out with him to my left. Yeah, quadruple up was nice. I'm running pretty bad today. So far. I mean, this could turn around quick, right? I think I was down early yesterday and we came roaring back, so. Oh, yeah. So, got an ace jack. I think we can just open shove this. And this guy's going to call very, very wide. We could also bet like $1 and shove any flop, but I think this guy's going to call so wide, we just want to get it in pre-flop. I may look like I'm on tilt as well and get a lighter call. I want to give them the chance to do that. What do I do here? I guess just a standard raise against this guy. He's playing every hand. I guess I could even 5x it here. Why not see a flop first before we commit? So hoping this guy has like ace-10 or something. I think we just have to check here. He bets a lot of hands besides top pair, but I want to see what this player does on the turn. Just going to bet my queen. I think a jack can bet here. Wow. Just shoves, huh? 3. I could certainly see him protecting like a king here. Is he really going to do this with a jack? I guess he could do it with like ace-jack of diamonds or something. Do we just pay him off? Could he do this with worse hands? So if he has like ace-jack of diamonds, we're not exactly super far ahead. We're ahead. If he has a king, we're like dead here. I think it's mostly a king when he does this, just protecting his king. So I'm going to give this guy credit. Yeah. The ideal situation is for this guy to bet when we check to him, which I expected him to do often. And then we get to see really what this guy has. That was a little iffy there. Those were folding the best hand there, but that's okay. Games suddenly look pretty good. This 86 VPIP here. 53, 88, 100, 45. And where'd this come from? I think I'm going to check back these players, except for this one looks pretty passive. I can call a lead on the turn by this guy. But these guys are pretty passive and we'll just define their hand. Ugh. See, this is a very weird spot, because this guy could be doing this with Jack 10, a worse queen. So I think I have to peel. I mean, I hate these awkward, weird spots. Why can't we just have, like, King Queen here, you know, or King Jack or something? And not have this. Every spot is tough. So I think we can just limp to 7-6 suited profitably in this spot. Wow. This guy's passive enough, I guess I just have to fold. He's going to be scared to death of this king most of the time, and there's just a good chance one of these two players has a king. This guy decides to stick it in with deuces. So we turn 2 pair. We're just going to keep pounding here and hope this guy has a jack. And not 5-8. I mean, we can't fold now. What would he check raise the turn with? Oh, we're beating. Golly, man. It's a limped pot. You could have anything. We have 4-6 though. The limping Jack 6, Jack 7 doesn't it just raise the flop? I guess we just have to put it in. We turn 2 pair. And oh, yeah, that's probably a hero fold there. It's just hard for somebody to have a straight there. I guess a 78 VPIP can have a straight there though. But sucks that he had the gut shot. So yeah, we're running like gold right now. I just find it hard when I know there's worse hands. I mean, this could be slow played aces, be ace jack slow played, queens, kings, a worse 2 pair, just a flush draw on a pair. I mean, there's a lot of hands that'll play that way that don't have me beat. So it's just unfortunate that he has 3-5 there, which is highly unlikely for somebody to have in that spot with a gut shot. I mean, I guess he turned the flush draw as well. Yeah, it's just rough. It's not like one of those spots that I could just an easy fold because we're obviously beat, right? I think I have to protect the deuce. I'm getting pwned today.
Wow! I feel good.
Thanks for the follow. So once again, we just have nothing we can do here but check fold. Good. We have some outs potentially here, 8-9 or a club. We can't call a bet. We'll just keep grinding. We'll get in some good spots. I mean, it's just bound to happen eventually. You'll run bad. This guy's just hitting sets on rivers, and yeah, must be nice. I'm down on every table. I guess this table is okay. Not really much going on down there. I have a bunch of tight players behind me. I'm going to raise with the king 7 and the cutoff here. Oh, this guy's up 18 bucks right now. Winning every pot he plays. Let's see, what does he want at Showdown? Won at Showdown 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. I think we have to bet this dynamic turn. No other way to do it. I mean, there's worse hands that he can have. Probably have the best hand most often now. Yep. But it's not, I think it's a little thin to bet. We get led into, this guy's really aggressive. I kind of just want to let him bet some more. He's bluffing, he's bluffing. We'll get full value on a blank turn like this. I think it looks like he's committed now. We don't want him to brick off his diamond draw and then give up on the river, so we just want to let him get it in with his diamond draw now. Or his 2 pairs. That works too. There we go. The comeback is on. This guy is so wide. I think we can just get it in with King Queen. This is a rare spot that you can get it in with King Queen in this spot. But this guy I think is opening so wide. Yeah, I was right. Can we catch up? Oh wow. So we get a guy just to snap call it with Jack 3 there. And we lose another one. That's unfortunate. Well, we have kings on the next hand. Looks like we're going to see some action. All we need is an ace high flop and we're in business. I don't want to be negative. I'm just joking. It is what it is. It's going to happen 30% of the time or whatever. Is it 30? 25? I don't know. How often does a flop an ace flop? Don't know. I don't think we can slow play against these players. They look pretty station-y, perhaps. We bet just a normal size bet. Boo. Where do I want to sit here? Can I find the fish? Is there a fish? Try this one because this guy is 644. We get off this table just because our mark is to our left. And he may not even be a great mark anyway. Trying to find tables like these. Take this one because these guys look promising. Probably need to quit sometime soon. I got a lot of paperwork to do. Probably end up finishing most of that in the morning though. Kind of wiped out from this exam shenanigans. I've been up since 5 this morning. But it's over with. Gonna shove over this guy's limp. Raise the king jack. This guy 3-bets for the first time. Just gonna give him credit. Defending the queen jack off against this player. Especially three-way. Just gonna limp the sixes. Probably have the best hand most of the time. I'm gonna stab at this one on the bottom left. Have a good shot as backup. When he raises here, kind of polarizing. It is a men raise. 6-1. Got a lot of implied odds here. I think I can just peel one street, and then we'll just check fold to turn. He mostly just has an ace there when he's doing that. But I think he's also the type of player that if I were to turn a 6 there, he would just pay me off. There's a lot of hands I can ISO here, but I'm not going to do it with that one. I think when he calls the flop, he's mostly got a hand like 6x or 7s or 5s or something like that. I think we could just check back here and call any bet he makes on the river, because it'll mostly be a bluff. Or turning his hand into a bluff. Or we can value bet if he checks, certainly. Ouch. Wow. Why me? Why me? Just, nothing you can do, man, about that. Most of the time it's just going to brick off, and he's just going to check, and we'll bet like 60, 70 cents, and he'll call us. Most of the time we're getting 2 streets of value there. I think if we bet the turn, he folds. I don't really want him to fold the turn. You know, hindsight's 20/20. We'd prefer a turn now, wouldn't we? But of course, we could also bet that turn and he calls, and then the rest of the money goes in. So maybe we save some money there as well against that type of player. We're certainly going to put in the 9s. I think our whale left. Man, we ran into queens again. How many times today is that going to happen? Small pot. At least it was only an 80-cent pot. I mean, now I prefer it would be a big one, but we wouldn't be shoving 9s there if we had 30 big blinds. So probably leave this table now. Our whales, our fish are gone. We got no money from them. We actually lost money, I think. No, not too much. We didn't lose a stack. You know, we had that quadruple up there. I think we have to bet, get people off ace highs, small pairs. And we're just going to bet for value on the top left. Blind versus blind. And bet the turn as well. It's hard for him to have an ace here. That was a good table. We weren't able to take advantage of it, unfortunately. Just going to give this type player credit. Potentially type player. It's only 8 hands, but Queen Jack, nothing we can do with that. This might be a table we're getting off of soon. This guy might be potential mark, I'm not sure. Tiny bit of showdown value here. Not anymore. Pretty wet board. I think we can just check back. We don't have showdown value, but it's just hard to get folds on that board. You have to be able to give up sometimes. There are some rivers we can bet here. That's probably not one of them. This guy 3-bets again. Probably just a table we need to leave, so I'm going to do that. So can I get him off anything here? Probably ace high calls. Any pair? I don't know. Yeah, we probably could have got him off of that. That's a little iffy there. I think if we're going to bet, we have to bet the flop and then the turn or something. We have to have a giving up range at some point. This looks potentially promising. It's a pretty dynamic board. We do have the nut flush draw, but I think it's better to check this, see a turn, and keep the pot small. And we could certainly bet if just raise if this guy bets. It's going to disguise our flush, and there's a ton of dynamic hands here. And obviously, we're not going to raise this turn. Because if he has a flush, the money's just going to go anyway. I don't think we can check. We just have to bet. Yeah, so they probably didn't have anything anyway. So that's okay. Probably got max value there, I'm guessing, unless they hit their river card at some point. This table's not looking that great, so I'm going to go ahead and find another one. I don't think we've had a full double up today. It's definitely been a struggle. Thought about skipping today's session. I actually wish I had. Guess if you're going to hit variance, you're going to hit it anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. Would have just hit us next time. Might as well just power through it, right? So it's been about an hour and 4 minutes. Seems like it's been 3 hours to me. So we'll maybe give it about 30 more minutes. See what happens here. It's a promising looking table here. This one, I don't know. Got a couple limpers there, so maybe. Been on this one forever. I'll have this fishy player here though, so I'm not going to leave. You have the tens. Ouch. Yeah, my impression of this table is,
Wow!
let's do
I
this.
feel good.
Get the hell out of here. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, Prime Poker. That's 3 followers today. You guys keep it up. We're just looking to take it down the flop here most of the time with a chance to improve. This guy's pretty tight. I think we can ship it here. It's the first time he's stolen, but I think we can defend. I'm just going to call. I think this guy's going to have a 3 quite often when he raises. I guess he could have 4 or 5 or a flush draw, but it's most likely just got a 3. The jack is kind of irrelevant for us. It does give us 2 more potential outs. We can protect our hand here on the bottom, on the top left. He bets pretty small. We're getting 4 to 1 with a flush draw and 2 outs for the jack, so I think we just have to call. And 4-5 just got there. And we're somehow good here. I guess, what did he have, a 2? I guess. He could have just definitely turned his hand into a bluff. I'm just going to complete there. So we'll see what he had. I'm guessing it was just a 2. Yeah, he had 2-8. Like a boss. We have 2 overs. Pretty dynamic board, and it's hard to get this guy to fold. I mean, I guess he's folded a 2 of 2 c-bets so far. We do have queen high, and I think I'll just check back. I'm a little skeptical of him folding on this kind of board. I think we try to get him off king or ace high now, though. We're just going to fold to the min bet, though. I mean, I can raise there. This is just not the type of player you want to typically bluff raise against. They're just calling so wide. I just avoid bluff raising fish. As a rule. I guess there's still okay times to do it. And that was probably okay. But pot's small. Had equity. It's hard to rep anything after checking it down like that. I think mostly it just happens is he min bets, I raised to 80 cents or $1, he calls with his jack. He wins. That's the most likely outcome there. Probably a snap call too. Lots going on. I keep betting, assuming I have the best hand most of the time. I think he'll raise if I'm beat, and he'll call if I'm not. Pretty easy, straightforward situation. 2 overs and a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw is worth betting this flop. Just gonna ship versus the 82-18. I think he's just folding most of the time. I'm gonna rep the king here. I think I can get him off a hand like 6s or 7s by the river. If I do that, and I have equity here. I could hit a 9, an ace. A 3, etc., etc. I have a gut shot, which I think is worth leading on an ace high board, because if they don't have an ace, they're just going to fold most of the time. And it's a disguised hand if I happen to hit it. We pick up a flush draw. Unfortunately, I think he's just got an ace here most of the time, so it's really tough to see a turn card. What's our best chance of seeing a turn card? Can't check call. Do we bet fold in case he's got a hand like 4x and now he's scared of it? Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can get him to fold 6s. It's just hard to see a turn card because if we check, he's going to bet like 40 cents and we have to call the same bet. I think betting is superior just because he can fold a hand like 5s or something, 6s. It's just a matter of do we have the right price. And now we kind of have a dirty out hand. And it could be even the worst flush draw here. I think it's just a fold. Oh, definitely ready for some rest. Looking forward to Christmas. Take a couple days off. Although I think Christmas falls on a Sunday this year, if I'm not mistaken. It'd be nice if it fell on I don't know, a Thursday. I probably just have to work my normal weeks still. New Year's is the same way. But whatever. Still looking for a break. I guess tomorrow I'm going to be home doing my paperwork and stuff. It's kind of a break, but definitely been stressed out like super hardcore for the last month because I've been studying a lot. I don't even know. Probably studied 100 hours over the last month. This stupid test I took. For those of you that don't know, I was studying for an exam to get a license. It's basically the same field I'm already in, but it expands my horizons. I could do more types of work within my field that pays better. So I'm an independent contractor. So yeah, it's just basically expanding my horizons, trying to improve my outlook on monetary income, I guess is the way to put it. But yeah, I'm glad it's over with though. Well, it's not over with. I still have to submit the application for the license, probably get fingerprinted, get some rubber glove action, but it's basically the hardest part is the exam. And I heard that the vast majority of people fail it the first time. It's a pretty tough exam. I think I had to get 70% and I ended up with 74%. So I'm actually really happy about that. And I was completely just freaking lost the whole exam. I was like, well, it's multiple choice. There's 4 answers potentially. No, it's just multiple choice with 4 answers potential. So I was almost always able to narrow it down to 2. So basically, I just had to know like half the questions, half the answers, or maybe even 40% of the answers, and then just 50-50 the rest. Definitely can ship this one. This one's a little iffy here. That's pretty tight so far. What is that, over 7 hands though? I think I could profitably flat and see a 4 or 5-way pot here though. Can we win a flip? Can we win a flip? No, we cannot win a flip. It's one of those days. Oh, this guy limp raises. Interesting. I'm glad I didn't ship now. I think this is a good barrel off spot. when the king hits. He's probably not going to fold a jack, but he'll fold 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. Not that he's not 3-betting some of those. That might have been our chance at our first chance at a complete double up there. And we can't win the flip. And I think it was against this frickin' whale here too that just picked up a monster for his range. I think we can bet this with equity. I think even a fish will play pretty honest on an ace high board. I think this is just a bunch of regs here. I'm actually going to limp the ace king. I think it sets up a good spot. If one of these guys ISOs me and this guy calls. It also keeps the pot small because we're definitely seeing a flop with this guy. And it disguises my hand as well. Not the best flop. I think we can just try and check it down. I think we can better raise this turn though. I'm going to go ahead and pot it just because I think there's a few gut shots and things in this guy's range that he may be unwilling to fold. That's weird. I guess we have to call though, just as played. Yeah. That's a good result. Can't really raise that because I think he's doing that with a queen often enough, and we're just not going to be able to get him to fold that. So I think if we raise there, I think if we get called, it's mostly, maybe by that hand, but mostly it's just going to be like 2 pair or something that's slow played, and now he's going to re-raise us. Or he could overvalue his king there and ship on us, and we fold the best hand. So you got to be wary when you're playing these crazy players like this. It's going to suck if we don't get any action with our kings. I mean, what the hell, man? So we're going to go ahead and leave this table. It's one of those days. We can turn it around here in the next 15 minutes. Can't complain about the games though. They've actually, I haven't had the best seats in the world, but the player pool has been pretty ideal today. For the last hour at least. I've just been running bad, I guess, situationally. So no other games to pull up right now. We'll keep an eye out. We get a really good flop, and we're going to do a really good bet. Darn. Still no empty seats anywhere. This guy can be doing this pretty wide. It's just a matter of math on this spot. He's got a pretty wide range. We need to really be getting like 1.8 to 1 to call this. So we're 57 to 187. It's just not the right price. We'll fold. We'll tighten up slightly on the button here and just fold the suited 9. And we're going to fold the Jack 8. Our whaley player left, so we're going to get off this table. And we'll look for greener pastures. The only table I see right now is this 4-handed 30 VPIP table. Let's see what the stacks look like. Maybe potentially okay. Sit here. Close as we can get to those guys. See what happens. I would ISO often in this spot. We just have this 50-17 to our left. We might actually be able to limp the 8-7 offsuit here. Because we're sure to see at least a 3-way pot. We got our 4-way pot. I'm just gonna go ahead and bet this really dry board. So obviously good turn of rivers. That's not one of them though. We're just gonna check back. And we could rep like a king, queen, or ace on the river. As played, we're just going to give this one up. It's just not a good run out for our hand. Much better for his range. I just don't think he folds anything on that river, even if he had checked. And our hand's not good enough to bluff catch, so have to fold. Give me that seat. Yeah, there we go. That might be good. Got two shorter stacks, not full stacks. That's a good sign. Isn't always indicative of a weak player, but it's when you don't have any other information, it's usually the frequency of somebody being weak is going to be better when they're short stacked. This guy's stealing so narrowly, probably, that I don't think we have to defend the Jack-8 offsuit here. We certainly would be in a vacuum, but this isn't a vacuum spot. I think this guy's tight enough. Now, if he was to steal blind versus blind like 3 straight revolutions, we would maybe update our the way we would play that. Not gonna bet our 10. We'll just try to get to showdown here. It's just too great a likelihood somebody has ace X, some kind of draw. It'd be difficult in the small blind to see a river anyway, even if we do have the best hand. So let's just chalk it up to a small loss rather than inflate it and make it a big loss, potentially. This game looks good. This game might be really good. This guy plays this hand. It's probably really good. Let's see what happens. Are you going to call? No? Well, we'll keep this one open for now and make a decision when the blinds come around. This one we have a 50-13 over 24 hands, so this one might be okay. I'd rather him be here or here, but we'll take. Beggars can't be choosers. Assuming this hand's going to be 4-way if I call here. We don't really have a good price to set mine, but considering it's 4-way, we have just like implied odds through the roof. And it's going to be possibly 5-way now. We could also have the best hand and win on a lot of flops. We don't have to have we don't have to hit a set to win this, so I think this can be a call here. I think we're going to fold to this donk bet here. It's kind of weak sauce, but we have this guy behind us, and we're either flipping or behind, way behind. And he's kind of passive looking so far. There's a lot of our range that can continue on that board as well, so we'll just give up with the 5s now. I think we'll open ship the ace-king suited here over the limper. Because if we ISO, we're just going to see a 4-way pot, and we're going to have to connect in some way to win the pot. I'd rather have somebody make a light call and get heads up all in. It's actually lower variance to put more money in the pot there. I think I could almost ship the 26 big blinds. This guy's so tight, though. Why do you have to be so tight? 47-12, and this guy calls. We can certainly call with the 7s, though. I'm going to check back this one. Check the side on this board. Just give up on this one. We're definitely giving up now. So we'll go about 5 more minutes. We're going to stick to the schedule here, and I really should have not been playing past 5, but I really wanted to play today. Try to keep this going. We didn't run good, but that's okay. We're gonna have sessions where we just run like ass. It's just inevitable. We're gonna have huge downswings. Hopefully not too huge, but it's gonna happen. It's just inevitable. We're gonna have 10 buy-in downswings. We're gonna have 20 buy-in downswings. But that's okay. I mean, we'll just move down if we have to. I mean, if I was to move down, get down below $45, we'll just move back down to 5 and L, run it back up again. And next time we get to $100, we'll run good, you know? I mean, we're in this for the long haul, so it would be nice just to run good every session. Just the money just keeps flowing in, but it's just not going to happen that way. That's just not realistic. I feel fortunate that we've run as good as we have. So if you had told me on day 1 that I would be at $80 after 20 days or 19 days, I would have said, awesome. I would have never imagined we'd be this far along. I actually thought it would take us a month to get to $60. Because we should be making only like $1 an hour, right? At 5 and L. I think we did better than that. We're definitely doing better than that at 10 and L so far. I mean, we're running 22 big blinds per 100 overall now. It's pretty sick. 26 big blinds per 100. I just downloaded some hands a little while ago. So 24 big blinds per 100 EV. I mean, that's just not going to happen long term. We're going to shove the ace-10 suited because I think we just can widen his calling range because we shoved last hand. So I think it's fine. And if he's trapping us here, oh well. We have a 63-25. We're going to stay on this table. I'm just going to do a standard ISO with the aces here. Just trying to end strong here. And maybe we'll do one more revolution on these tables. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Wow. I think this is just a check shove spot. An unfortunate flop. I mean, so many hands are just going to crush this board. We could even check fold if this guy raises, honestly. But as played, we just have to put it in. And, I mean, there's hands we're beating here. There's enough hands. We can't just check fold aces for 1 bet. Wow. Wow. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. It's going to happen, though. I mean, he could just have, like, King 10 there, and we got him crushed. He's got an open-ender. But, you know, to ISO somebody with aces and they flop a straight, I mean, what are you going to do, right? We did have the backdoor flush draw, which we almost got there with. I'm going to ref the ace on the bottom left. And have to bet again, I would suspect, to get him off kings or some draws that are beating us. And he hero calls with his king. Not a very good call on his part. I mean, unless he would have to have a pretty strong read that we're bluffing there. I'm going to min raise this turn because I think we're good sometimes here. Just to try and see a cheaper showdown. Potentially get him to fold a hand like, I don't know, Queen X. Not likely for 1 bet, but you never know. So what does he have when he's doing this? I mean, do we have to just call 11-to-1 odds just for information here? He has nothing. So, yeah. But we're good. We raised for value on the turn. Yeah, we have top pair on this draw heavy-ish board up here. There's a lot of hands that'll continue that we're beating. It's kind of an action killer on the turn. I think I have to check back, and then call it off when it bricks off. Honestly, I mean, there's some ace-high draws he could have, but there's definitely some bluffs we can pick off as well. But we were good to go there. He wasn't going to call our ship anyways on the turn, so it's fine. So there's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We can try to run better then. I think what we'll do on this last ace-queen is go for a limp raise. I think it's profitable to do so. Hopefully we get ISO'd by this guy, because I think he's the one guy that on the table that is our hope to ISO, that can ISO a little light here against what he would perceive to be fishy players. If this guy comes along, it's going to be even better. If this guy 3-bets, we'll just fold. So yeah, we'll just get it in. The way we're running today, this guy will just have aces and, you know, whatever. But we get it through. Pick up some dead money with no flop, no rake. And that's kind of important right now. They did increase rake. We're not going to do the same thing here. We're just going to raise and we'll close this one out. We're definitely going to be down for the day. But if you think about it, I think we're still going to be up over 2 days. If you just combine it into like 2.5, 3 hours of play, we're still up. You don't think about it over just 1 day's period. And we did, and just everything, pretty much almost everything went wrong today. We ran into the top of ranges. We lost every single all-in. We ran into the nuts when we had a decent strong hand. Every bluff catch we had, we failed. Everything went wrong today. It was just a grind, just a struggle. And we're not dropping more than, what, 5 or 6 buy-ins? I'm going to check back the turn, because I think once he calls this flop, he's not folding to a turn bet. I think I'd rather keep it small, and there's a lot of cards we're going to like on this river. They're going to improve our hand. We could always hit the nuts on our first hand and him have 2 pair here. That would be really nice. So do we ship? I think... What's he likely to have here? Just a king? Is he going to call a ship with a king? Not likely. So let's just do a standard raise. Try to get some value out of that. I think if he could have some more straights here in ship, or he could have 2 pair in ship. So I think we'll just play it this way. And if the way I've been running, he's going to ship and have ace-queen and whatever. So if he ends up having jack-10 or king-jack or king-10, I'm going to feel like we lost value. But I think, considering he's going to have 1 pair a lot, and that's the kind of bet he's mostly going to have 1 pair, right? It's hard to make 2 pair. He actually just had a jack, so I think our bet sizing was exactly perfect for that hand, and he paid us off. So we do have a decent hand on the last. So let's go ahead and end this one. Let's take a look at how we did, or how we did bad. 85, guys. That's not bad. We're down $15 today. That's only 5 buy-ins. And for all the reasons I just gave, I'm actually really, really ecstatic about being at $85 right now. Because it's really hard to run worse than we just ran. So if you want to know what running bad looks like, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. You can go back and watch the whole thing. I'm not saying I played my super A+ game in this, but I don't think I played horrible. I maybe made a couple questionable hero calls, but those were small pots. I ran into overpairs twice. I picked up aces, kings a couple times. I lost with aces once, and I raised and they folded when I had kings a lot of the other times. I either won a very tiny pot or lost with my big pair type hands. Didn't win my flips. Didn't really get many flips. I think I was either crushed or just way behind, or or not way behind, or barely ahead. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyway. Well, if you just think about it, if I win 2 all-ins, I'm at basically where I started today. So we're not that far away. I mean, we just don't get cooler that one time with aces. We maybe win that flip and then win more, and we're actually sitting here $4 up for the day, and we ran bad. So, I mean, all it is when you're playing short stack poker and short bankroll poker, all it takes is a couple flips to go a different way, or a couple all-ins to go a different way, and it's just going to completely change your outlook on how the night went. So I'm actually really happy with today. I guess it's night now. Because that's almost always my second favorite sessions. My favorite sessions, of course, just to run good and just the money just piles in. But my second favorite type of session is when you just feel like you're running like the worst you can possibly run, and you're either just barely down or slightly up or something to that effect. So the way I was running, I was afraid I would look at the bankroll at the end here and it'd be like $65 or something, honestly. But 85, hell, we'll take it. And we'll go in tomorrow with a positive attitude. I may try and play an extended session tomorrow, maybe from like 2 to 5. I'm not sure yet. Just depends on how I feel, how the paperwork goes in the morning, family activities. I got a couple sick kids right now. So yeah. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'll ask in chat, because we are on a delay. I'll ask in chat if anybody has any questions. Yep, so no answer yet. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do that. Help support the channel. I don't make any money off of this. Maybe one day. But I'm not really doing this for the money. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And yeah, that's basically it. I want to help people get better at poker. That's why I do what I do. This is a hobby. And if I can make a little bit of money at the tables in the process, that's just a win-win for me. And I am doing this challenge now, starting with my spare change. And I could definitely be playing like 200 NL instead of this and making $30, $40 an hour. So I'm giving up a ton of money by doing this challenge. But I'm just doing it because I want to prove to people that it can be done. You can take a short stack of 30 big blinds, 40 big blinds. You can start with a minimal amount of money, and you can grind it up and play mid-stakes even higher, maybe one day. So that's the whole point of this. So I'm happy to do it. And any support you can give me would be appreciated. Doesn't have to be a monetary donation or anything, but it could be just following the channel, liking my YouTube videos, following my YouTube videos, subscribing to my YouTube channel, all that good stuff. But thanks again, everybody, for watching. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.